The date was June 24th, 1967. A group of 10 experienced cavers, members of the Leeds University Speleological Association, and other local clubs, gathered on the windswept, rain-swept moors of North Yorkshire, England. Their destination? Mossdale Caverns. Mossdale Caverns, a labyrinth of intricate passages carved by ancient waters, was a challenging but alluring destination for seasoned cavers. It was known for its complex network of tunnels, its demanding routes, and crucially, its susceptibility to flash flooding. The area, exposed to the unpredictable Yorkshire weather, could turn from placid to perilous in a matter of hours. The group's goals were twofold: to explore and map a section of the cave system, pushing the boundaries of their knowledge of its intricate network, and to enjoy the thrill of navigating its challenging depths. These were experienced cavers, well-versed in the techniques and risks of their sport. They carried the standard equipment: headlamps, ropes, and a deep understanding of the cave's layout. The day began with a sense of anticipation, a shared excitement for the adventure that lay ahead. They descended into the cave's mouth, a dark, gaping portal into the Earth's depths. The initial stages of their exploration went smoothly. They moved with practiced efficiency, their headlamps cutting through the darkness, illuminating the slick, damp walls. However, the weather above was turning treacherous. A storm, brewing over the moors, unleashed its fury. The rain, a relentless torrent, cascaded across the landscape, feeding the streams that flowed into the cave system. Unbeknownst to the cavers, the water levels within the cave were rising rapidly, transforming familiar passages into treacherous, swirling currents. The low rumble of the rising water, a sound different from the usual drips and trickles, began to echo through the caverns. Panic, cold and sharp, pierced the air. The realization dawned: they were trapped. The group attempted to retreat, to retrace their steps, but the rising water was relentless, turning narrow passages into swift, icy rivers. 6 of them, caught in a particularly low-lying section, were overwhelmed by the surging flood. The darkness deepened, the roar of the water deafening, and their lights flickered and died. The remaining 4, battling against the current, managed to reach higher ground, their hearts pounding with terror and grief. They waited, shivering and soaked, for the storm to subside, the silence now a heavy, oppressive weight. When the rescue teams arrived, they found 4 survivors, their faces etched with horror, in the chilling confirmation of 6 lives lost to the unforgiving depths of Mossdale. The cave, once a source of adventure, had become a tomb. The year was 1925, and the Mammoth Cave region of Kentucky was abuzz with the cave wars. Local landowners were fiercely competing to attract tourists to their respective cave systems. Floyd Collins was a seasoned cave explorer with a reputation for finding and opening new sections of caves. He was driven by the dream of discovering a significant new entrance to the vast Mammoth Cave system on his family's property, which he hoped would bring prosperity. Sand Cave was a relatively small but promising cave located on the Collins family farm. In late January 1925, Floyd ventured into Sand Cave alone, his goal being to explore a narrow, newly discovered passage that he believed might lead to a larger, undiscovered section. He was a familiar figure in the local caving community, known for his adventurous spirit and intimate knowledge of the underground world. As Floyd squeezed through a particularly tight and low-lying passage, disaster struck. A rock estimated to weigh several hundred pounds shifted and pinned his left leg below the knee. He was trapped, lying on his back in the cold, damp darkness, with the heavy stone crushing his limb. News of Floyd's predicament spread quickly through the small Kentucky communities. What began as a local concern soon escalated into a national sensation. The dramatic nature of his entrapment, the remoteness of the cave, and the sheer difficulty of reaching him captured the attention of newspapers and radio stations across the country. Rescue efforts began almost immediately, spearheaded by local cavers and volunteers. However, the narrow and unstable passage where Floyd was trapped made the work incredibly dangerous and slow. Attempts to dig him out were hampered by the risk of further collapses. As days turned into nights, the nation became increasingly invested in Floyd's fate. Reporters flocked to the scene, turning the quiet Kentucky countryside into a media circus. The story of the trapped cave explorer became a daily headline, with updates on the agonizingly slow progress of the rescue attempts. Over the course of more than 2 weeks, numerous attempts were made to free Floyd. Engineers and miners were brought in, and various methods were tried, including digging a parallel shaft to reach him. However, the unstable nature of the cave and the precise position of the rock made each effort fraught with danger and ultimately unsuccessful. Despite the tireless efforts of countless individuals, Floyd Collins remained trapped. After 14 days with his condition deteriorating rapidly, rescuers finally managed to reach him through a newly dug shaft. Tragically, he had succumbed to his injuries and exposure just hours before they reached him. Floyd Collins' story became a poignant tale of ambition, the unforgiving power of nature, and the intense human drama of a prolonged rescue effort.